everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. In today's video, we're going to be going through all of my skincare, my makeup, my hair care, and my nail polish. I'm going to be reorganizing everything, figuring out exactly what I own, hopefully doing a little bit of decluttering, but also prioritizing which products I want to use first so I can continue to declutter things and actually use things up before they expire. So if you guys are ready, I have a ton of products, so we should probably get started.
You say all the right things when I'm hurting. You always pick me up when I am down. It's like you have a spark that leaves me burning. Yeah, you just have your ways to...
First things first, I'm gonna pull absolutely everything out of the linen closet in the area under my sink. You'll see I have 3 large bins where I store all of my backup skincare, hair care, and makeup. But I also have things under my sink. I have a big Lazy Susan. So I have multiple tiers, I would say, of how I store all of my cosmetic products. So I'll start with skincare and I'll show you exactly how I do it. But before I start with skincare, I'm going to categorize everything and pull everything out of those containers that they were in and that Lazy Susan. So with skincare, this bin is the backup, the stuff that I don't access often and keep at the very top of my linen closet. So I'm starting there. I have a lot of face mask type things in there. I like to wear sunscreen and protect my face, so I have multiple extra sunscreens and a bunch of other stuff like that. So as I strategize, I want to keep this backup bin, again, for things I don't access often. Then I want to use this acrylic drawer for things that I'm trying to work through that are more pampering items like face masks. And then I'll have my daily skincare in the drawer under my sink. So that's 3 levels of things. It might seem crazy, but it makes sense in my head. Within this category, I'm going to go through each group and decide where those items belong. So starting with my sunscreen, I have a bunch of backups. Those are going to go in the bin, and then I will keep 1 to go in my daily skincare drawer under my sink. Next up is face masks. I'm going to put 3 out of the 4 away, and then put 1 into the drawer that I want to use. So focusing on 1 at a time. Okay, so this is probably a pretty good example of what I'm going to try and do to use up the products that I have first. You saw with my face masks that I want to use up this tea tree one because it's almost gone first before I move on to other ones. Same thing with these setting sprays and facial mists. This one's actually completely full. I would think about pouring the small one into the big one, but it's already full, so I'm thinking I just want to use up this mini one first. Having a facial mist isn't really necessary for me when I travel, so I don't really need this. So I'm going to use this one first, put these ones away, focus on this one, and then I'll move to another one after.
I've been telling lies about something real, but I know love is based on honesty. Kept thinking how real love should.
So I have 3 eye creams. I'm going to keep the one that I've already been using out and put the rest in the back stock. And for my facial primers, I have 3, and I'm going to keep the one that's almost done out and work through that before I move on to the others. This little jade or whatever stone it is roller, I'm going to get rid of that. It's a fun idea, but I never use it, and I know I'm not going to, so I can probably get rid of it. Next up is my hair care. I only use 2 separate areas to store this. So I keep things in the backup hair care bin that I just pulled a bunch out of, and then the rest that I use on a daily basis in my Lazy Susan in the linen closet. I'll keep 1 hair oil out, Then I'm going to look at my heat protectants. I have 2 of those, and I'm going to pick one to leave out and one to put away. One hairspray I'll keep out, one of my curling creams I'll keep out, and then a couple of leave-in products. I just had an epiphany that I didn't pull out all of my hair care, skincare, and makeup products. I grabbed everything that was in the main drawer in my under sink cabinet, as well as anything that was in my linen closet in like these large bins or anything that was in the round Lazy Susan. But I forgot travel toiletries and travel cosmetics. So I'm gonna pull those out and make sure I go back and check the skincare and then finish doing hair care.
I am made to be free.
So you'll see I found another heat protectant that has a lot less in it. So I'm going to finish that one first, put the other heat protectant away, and then start looking at my other travel toiletries. I do have some of those little packets. I don't have a crazy amount, but I do want to pick a couple out so I can actually use them. And then the rest of them I want to save for travel because I do use these for traveling. I've been working on going through my mini perfumes as well, so I'm going to keep 2 mini ones out and just focus on those and put the other ones into my travel bin. I realized I have so many beauty blenders, so I'm going to throw away my old one and freshen it out for a new one. I used to be subscribed to BoxyCharm and Ipsy, if you know what either of those are. They are cosmetic subscription box services. I was actually also subscribed to FabFitFun for just a little bit, back when I was in law school, I think, and really enjoyed those. I got a couple of them as gifts. One of them I did with a long distance friend, and we would open them together. But I feel like that's part of the reason I acquired a lot of cosmetic products, especially a lot of these brushes were sent. So I decided I didn't want to get rid of all of them because at some point brushes do get pretty beat up. So if they're the right shape of brushes that I like, I'm going to keep them as backups. And then when my other brushes get really old and dingy, I have a replacement right there. But that is me saying that I don't recommend going out and buying all of this makeup and all of these cosmetic products. I know that I have far too much and I am still trying to work through it. I am telling you, it's been years since I've bought something unless I've completely run out of that product. So if I completely run out of foundation, for example, and have no foundations left, I'll go out and buy a new one. But other than that, I have been working through this collection for years and I'm making a huge dent in it. It was frankly quite worse before. That just goes to show how long it takes to work through these products. So even if you are like me and you love makeup and love skincare and cosmetics and think it's beautiful and fun to play with, you have to remember how long it takes to work through these things because it takes forever. So it's kind of fun for me watching this pile diminish and get smaller and smaller. It feels like an accomplishment, but it was far too large to begin with. So I'm actually combining some of these Bare Minerals powders. I have a face powder and then a translucent powder, and they're the exact same product, so I'm just going to pour them into the same container and try and get rid of a little bit of clutter. I'm also probably doing this far too dangerously close to our white rugs and should have laid something down, but luckily I didn't get anything on those white rugs and was very careful.
And now we've been through a lot, holding hands while screaming at each other.
For makeup, I do kind of what's similar to the skincare. I have my daily acrylic drawer that I'm going to put back in my under sink area that you're seeing that I'm filling up, as well as the acrylic stack that goes into my linen closet. That's my makeup that I might use on more of like a weekly basis or something, but not a daily basis. And then I have the big backup bin that goes at the way top of the linen closet, and that's just when something needs to be replaced. Everything feels like a little bit of a disaster right now. The whole floor is covered with products, but we did finish hair care and skincare. For makeup, it's going to be a little bit different. Instead of just having all of my backups in here and then things that I'm actually using readily available, I'm doing like a 3-part system. So in the big bins like these, I'm going to put true backup items that I really don't need and need to use whenever I run out of something in the bin. And then in the acrylic stack, I'm going to use that for, I guess, like other makeup that I might use just not on a regular basis. So like a night out type makeup or something that I replenish often and don't want to go to the way top of the linen closet and grab one of these. And then of course there's going to be a tray for my daily makeup, and that's things that I'm trying to use and get through, and it helps me focus on one product at a time and actually get to use some of these things so I can keep moving things through. So I'm gonna keep sorting, going category by category. We've finished up a couple categories, but there's still a lot to go. So let's keep going. For mascaras, I like to have one more dramatic mascara and one kind of lighter one for daily wear. So I'm going to put both of those into my daily drawer. And then I'm trying to differentiate between what is an eyeliner and what is an eyebrow pencil. So I'm going to put most of the eyebrow stuff into backup. One I like to have for travel, so I'm going to put that back with my travel stuff. And then go through my eyeliners. I have 2 eyeliners I'm going to keep out, a black one and a brown one, and the rest I'm testing. And look, I found one that's dead, so I can throw one away because it doesn't even work anymore. So now I'm going to move on to bronzers. You can see this is the bronzer I've been working through on a daily basis. So I'm going to keep that in my drawer. And then the next one, I'm going to move on to the mini hula. So I'm going to keep that in my acrylic stack, and the rest can go back into the larger backstock. This palette I like for travel. It has a bronzer and a highlighter. This highlighter palette, you'll see that's the one I've been working through. And the rest, again, I'm going to put away in backstock. And then look at this blush, it is almost gone. There is no feeling like that to me, like finishing up a product that has taken forever to use. This little palette is so beat up. It's what I used to travel with, and I'm actually making a pretty big dent in it too. So I think I'm still gonna keep it and keep using it to travel. I like to keep my eyeshadow palettes in the acrylic stack because that's where I like to play with makeup, is with eyeshadow. So it's fun to have those easily accessible. And this is the eyeshadow palette I've been working through. Look at this. Again, such an accomplishment. I'm making my way through and honestly almost done with it. Okay, you guys have to let me know if you are like me and you use your makeup all the way until the very end. Have you finished an entire eyeshadow palette like that Naked palette that I have that has a bunch of different eyeshadows in it? Or do you never really get to that point? So here is my daily drawer. It has all of my daily skincare, all of my daily makeup. That's all I need. The next drawer down is all of my nail polish and nail care, I guess. And I think it's time that we tack this area too. I love using this nail lacquer thinner. If you have a polish that you think is dead because it's too thick, try this out. It's going to revive it completely. So I found some random essential oils in here. They should not be with my nail polish, so I'm going to pull those out and keep going through everything, and I'm going to rearrange it in order. So I have all of my gel nail polish going in first. I do a lot of at-home gel manicures, which I really enjoy. Then all of those top coats, base coats, and cuticle oils on the far left. And then I'm going to go through my regular nail polish, make sure none of it needs that thinner, and organize it by type and then by color. Funny thing is that pink OPI nail polish I used right after this video, and I tried it and hated it, so I ended up throwing that away as well. And I don't know if you saw a little bit ago, I threw away another top coat because it was leaving so many bubbles behind, and bought that new Ella and Mila brand. I'm trying to have some more cleaner beauty products, so the Ella and Mila is a much safer nail polish brand. So I have really enjoyed using that and was able to get rid of, I guess, 2 bottles of nail polish out of that whole thing. While everything's out of there, I'm going to take the opportunity to wipe the area clean, put my acrylic stack back, and then all of those backup bins, and get my Lazy Susan back together. You'll see I keep everything in little piles and categories. So I had my makeup brushes, then all of my hair care products together, and so on.
I've been waiting all my life for something. I've been down the darkest roads and up in the clouds, but I've always felt that something's missing. That was until I found you right there in the crowd. You came into my life.
The last area I want to look at, because it's still part of my makeup, is lip products, and my lips were feeling really chapped, so I grabbed that opportunity to put on some chapstick. And I'm going to go through the rest of the categories here. I have a lot of those Buxom glosses that I really like. I have a section for small lipsticks, I have those 2 other small sections for lip balms and chapsticks I'm not going to touch or declutter. And then the other 2 are the prime areas for decluttering, those 2 larger sections where I have more of my matte lipsticks and other kind of lip crayons. I just feel like I'm not a fan of matte lipstick. My lips are always so dry and matte lipstick looks so bad on me. It was kind of a trend a few years ago. I don't know if it still is a trend. I'm not keeping up as much with the makeup trend, so I'm gonna get rid of the ones where I really don't like the color and keep the ones that I actually like the color.
Finally, I got you, baby, here in my heart. When I'm with you, I feel so much better. Oh, yeah. Before you, I was just a shell, so stuck in the dark. You came into my life.
I feel so much better going through and knowing exactly what I own with my skincare, my hair care, my makeup, and my nail polish. I'm happy that I have a pile of things that I can get rid of, and especially that I have a drawer of cosmetics that I know I want to work through, and then I can actually use the products I love and move on to the next ones, as opposed to things just expiring in my bathroom. So if you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it. I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until next time, I will see you guys later.